Stand by. Hello? Hello? Via the message VF, which I presume probably came from John 5K. I don't think it's KZ, I think it'd be KG. Anyway.
Kilo Golf.
It is, okay, good, excellent. Who was that? Oh, good. You're sort of receiving them fairly well, are you?
Yeah, they're about 10 over 9.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So we'll go ahead with some more. This is about 15 minutes, as I said, of moving pictures. And after we've done that, we'll take another break, and then we've got about 3/4 of an hour of, shall we say, more relaxed style moving pictures, which have all sorts of weird objects being held up in front of the camera just for laughs, moved around, and funny faces being pulled and all the rest of it. But I don't know what's on this particular tape because... And I haven't got actual picture monitoring here at the moment. I can only monitor waveforms and so on. So, well, I can't even really monitor waveforms. Don't think you'd call looking at a meter monitoring a waveform. Anyway, enough rave. We'll continue on. So
They're calling again.
Oh, they are they?
Yeah.
If someone can do relays, I'd be most...
perhaps Adam's more.
Okay. Oh, there's Adam.
You do realise Adam?
Yeah, there he is. Or there he was. You're doubling then. Come on again, Adam.
I can give you a crude patch if you want.
Oh, I'll just...
We are receiving you. There is a rather high noise level here in Adelaide, and there's a fair bit of QSB on 160. But we are receiving you. We have recorded here on our video tape. We've got a camera pointing at that monitor, and we have been recording on videotape for the last 3/4 of an hour, and we have in fact got some very good frame. We'll be able to edit the whole thing up together, and we will have about 5 minutes of quite reasonable pictures under the circumstances. It certainly is an excellent demonstration of low definition television, and you are all to be very, very highly commended upon it. This is moaning about high noise levels and not as good as it could be, etc. But I think he's going a little bit too close really to see the width of the trees. It's quite a phenomenal effort, and certainly as compared to slow scan. If you were to have a slow scan receiver, the results would not be as good. And show some of the live action stuff. This is what makes low definition television different from slow scan, is we can actually see movement. We'd very much like to see some of that. That would be most...
Yeah, exactly as you say, John. The live missions really make the difference. So I'll go straight on with that tape. There is actually more live stuff than there is of test cards. So I'll initially give you 15 minutes of live stuff. I'll give you that straight away. And if you still feel up to it, I can give you anything up to an extra 45 minutes of other live material, which would then complete everything that I've got here at the moment. Things are in a bit of a mess here, just physically. The room and so on is sort of upside down, so I didn't really feel like grabbing all camera equipment, because it is reasonably bulky, to do the live transmissions at the moment. It was much easier just to grab a tape and do it that way, even though the quality is a bit down. Anyway, okay on that, okay on the interference problems and all the rest of it, and okay on videotaping it on normal 625 line, 25 field stuff. Very good. All right, well, call in again. I'll just play you the 15 minutes worth, John, and just see how you go with it. And if Adam's still there in about 15 or 20 minutes when we've played it, we might get a further report from you. Hopefully, also from possibly from Gil up in New South if he's watching, or anyone else that has any interest in what's going on. So here we go. We'll play the next section straight away, and just see how we go.
Put it back to you if you're final, and you might just comment on all of my 80 this is a direction that can really be developed to some final conclusion. It's most interesting historically because I feel that some form of low definition television that would be useful for television telephones or whatever will probably in the future make use of various forms of frame stores and movement detectors and so forth. But one thing it does show anyway, and that is just how much detail you can get in a signal of relative narrow bandwidth. I think if we could eliminate the noise that we're looking at here and just imagine it as a clean, clear signal such as you've got over a telephone line, this level of resolution is probably quite adequate for a television telephone. So it's certainly a most interesting exercise, and once again you guys are to be congratulated. Okay, back to you, and then we'll...
Because just for about the last 3 minutes there was a really solid patch.
Oh, yeah, that's when he got more ALC level coming through.
Oh, is that all it was?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
The signal went up
Struth,
quite
it
dramatically.
really made a difference. I thought
Yes.
somebody else had come on and they were patching him because he suddenly sounded...
Actually.
Eh? Oh, who was it? The head?
Rod.
Oh, well, it makes... Yeah, in that case it makes it a bit hard to comment on the effect of the ALC. But you reckon the ALC made quite a difference at your end, did it?
Yes, most
Ed?
definitely.
Okay.
Signal noise increased approximately 6 dB.
Oh, good. Okay. And thanks to the relay from the head. Thanks to the head for the relay tonight. Yeah, copied all that, and Adam reports, as you possibly heard then, that you came up by a good 6 dB when you hit the ALC. So that's quite good. I gather you don't want, or that there's no necessity for any more transmission at the moment of the video, because you're going to get to do a bit of a rave about the system. You can direct all the congratulations to, because I haven't had anything to do with it at all. I've just been transmitting a bit of it on 160 off tape. So my connection with it is rather indirect or fleeting or something. So all very interesting. I'm just sort of interested in the propagation characteristics as much as anything else. The system could certainly be developed. Probably the way to develop it would be some form of digitising or digitalising, some sort of approach like that, using a bit of information theory, because I'm sure you could fit even more into a system like that, with a bandwidth, an audio bandwidth of 5 kc or so. Quite a lot of what was transmitting the audio bandwidth was restricted to between 3 and 5 kc, as he's probably told you on that earlier tape, deliberately using a graphic equaliser. So all quite interesting. Okay, what's the time here? It's just gone 1 o'clock. So I guess by that reasoning it's just gone 12:30 over where you are, so I suppose you don't want to stay up too much longer, so I'll let you finish off there and do a bit of taping before it gets too late, and I'll just finish up here and possibly run a couple more tests, and I'll call it a night as far as any more video goes. I'm sure 99.9% of anyone that's been listening to 160 over here tonight would be probably just annoyed by the video, because it just makes a horrible noise out of their receivers. I've been listening to it myself for most of the night. Doesn't sort of annoy me because I'm putting it out, but if you're on the receiving end, it'll be a bit of a different matter. What other comments to make? 80 metres okay. That'd be about it. He sort of redeveloped it, if you like, or redeveloped it and expanded it from the original bed thing.
The video that I liked the best was one of the sort of a checkerboard that you were rotating. It had a wonderful sound on the video.
Oh, yeah.
Like nothing I ever heard before. Great. And the other thing, how did you manage to make one of those pictures go to negative? Were you doing any phase reversal?
Oh, you actually noticed?
About 30 seconds of it. Oh, it would have been about a half an hour ago.
That's right.
So the picture of the person's face, whose face was it? Yours, wasn't it? Yes, it was
Yeah. Yeah, Roger, John. Roger. I hope you're sort of managing to go over to receive reasonably quickly. Yeah, that's a Roger. I was noticing a problem here. When you were giving reports of low modulation, I did have a look at the symmetry of the modulation, envelope, that is, on 160, and I did notice that I was getting about 100% downwards modulation, but I was only at the same time getting about 50 or 60% upwards modulation. So there was a fair degree of asymmetry. So I very quickly reversed the phase of the modulating signal. I actually reversed the phase of it so that we went to a situation of having about 80% or 100% down and about 150% up. I did this to sort of give you as much... Hello. I did this to give you as much modulation as I could possibly arrange. I realised the picture would go negative when I did it, so I only left it on for about 1 minute. But at least that proves that you were getting reasonably good pictures if you saw it suddenly go from positive to negative and then back to positive again. So it's quite interesting as well. Just give me a Roger before you go. I got a bit confused when you mentioned it the second time. Did you say that the earlier tapes were better? The 32-line tapes, were they better than the 40-line 12-frame tapes, or were the 40-line 12-frame tapes better than the 30-line 8-frame tapes? In other words, were the earlier tapes better, or was the last tape that we've just been listening to the best one? I got a bit confused on that. I sort of thought I understood what you were getting at, and now I'm confused. So, righto, we say morning for the moment, and I might do a little test here or just shut the missions off or something, I don't know which. Calling the head, incidentally. Wonder how many people turned up over at the HW tonight.
There was Philippe and Beatty. Hello.
Philippe and Beatty?
Yes, you know, Philip and Philip and Ravenna.
Ravenna. Oh, fair enough.
Well, you know, she says, the Times.
The Tynes turned up.
El Beck.
The Beck turned up.
The K.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Holes.
Yeah.
And
Lisa?
Lisa.
Lisa probably did the cooking.
Yes. The Belsy.
The whaty?
The Belsy.
The Belsy.
Yes.
Never heard of the Belsy.
Besley.
Oh, the Besley, yes.
And the Olga.
The Olgs, yeah.
And the Wick. And myself.
Oh, fair enough. Plenty of good food.
Yes, good food.
What was it tonight?
Oh, just a repeat of an expansion.
What, chicken missions?
Yes, and roll missions, and prunes and bacon missions,
Hmm.
and fingers, and sandwiches, and caviar, and eggs. And,
so there's a few people walking around with odd-looking hands.
yes, people going for a complete fat and a glutton like myself.
Oh, I see. Bird's eye fish fingers.
Aren't you here, Branch?
What? Oh, you still round there, are you? I thought you were back at LC. Anyway, seems like the business only listening on too. Anyway, righto. Well, I'll just...
Don't believe a word of it, Mr. Branch. It's all a replay.
Oh, fine. Hang on, we'll just pick up the phones here. Fine. Okay, no worries. I might put on a Bill just replay for an hour or something then. The RF choke doesn't seem to be objecting to the thrashing that it's getting. The whole mitters has been getting completely thrashed to death tonight. Continuous video emissions for 30 minutes at a time at about 150% mod or something. So I'll say morning. The head will no doubt be going off to bed or something. And
Brent. Yeah, can you copy?
yeah.
No, I can't hear you. Tell people what move. Is this system or the specifications for it, is that something you came up with, or is that system that's
Oh,
already
hang on.
being used.
Stand by. Hello? Hello? It's the soak.